In the spring of 2017, my cost of living outpaced my salary to the point that I had to make one of two life changes. Spend less time on my YouTube videos and more time focusing on my career in an attempt to up my salary, or start a Patreon, and if that closed the cost of living salary gap, continue making YouTube videos as normal. So I started a Patreon. And while I'm to this day privileged with the super generous support of many of my viewers, sadly, it's nowhere near enough to make up the difference. So, for the last few years, I've been focusing on my career, and while I've been successful in mostly closing the gap, the extra work has meant less time for video production. Which is why today you see less scripted videos and more videos that can be done off the cuff, like podcasts, game streams, and shows like Debut Review and monthly movie mini-reviews. Funny enough, I'm actually producing more content today than I was pre-Patreon, just different types of content. Which brings us to the question that keeps everyone up at night. How am I spending my Patreon money? Generally speaking, I invested in my YouTube channel. I use it to up my production quality, fulfill patron rewards, and the bulk of it often goes to making the annual Extra Life Marathon as special as possible. On average, I earn around $30 a month, and at the beginning of 2021, I had a few $100s left over from previous years. Well, as many of you might remember, my computer died at the end of 2020, so I used my remaining Patreon money to help subsidize a new PC, which was super helpful due to the fact that I had to spend quite a bit more than I wanted due to the difficulty of sourcing some parts, particularly the GPU. Now, thanks to a few new patrons I picked up late last year, I ended 2021 with $436.33 in the bank. So, what did I spend it on? One of my big purchases to help improve the quality of my videos for you uber generous lot was the Elgato HD 60 Pro capture card, which greatly improves the quality of my game streams, particularly those streamed from console. With my old external capture device, there was an approximate 1500 millisecond delay in the game's sound and image, so I had to add a manual delay to the audio and video from my webcam to get the two to sync up properly. And while I could get it close, it was never perfect and it would drift after a while. With the new card, the latency is negligible and the quality is better too. Speaking of upping the quality of my work, I also bought a new mic. The Blue Yeti Blackout, which has much improved sound quality over the digital audio recorder I had been using previously. I also bought a newer version of my editing software, as the one I was using was about a decade old. You won't notice the difference, but it does speed up my workflow a bit. I bought Dark Souls to play on stream for Brian's Patreon reward. For those that don't know, any crazy cat who supports me on Patreon at $10 a month for an entire year gets a custom video of their choice. Brian wanted to watch me die repeatedly in Dark Souls, and if he was going to spend that much money on me, I was more than happy to oblige. Which brings us to last year's Extra Life charity event. Metroid Dread was very kindly donated by patron and longtime viewer Ronin504, freeing up funds to buy 2 additional video games to play during the marathon, Fitness Boxing 2, and Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash. The former an exercise game, the latter a game featuring characters designed by people who I don't think have ever seen boobs. The remaining few dollars I used to help purchase nearly 24 different beverages for the marathon's drinking game, where every $100 we raised, I drink a different drink. That was an idea that I had. And that's my epic tale of how I spent all the money you gave me. I look forward to spending more of your money in the years to come. Thank you everyone for your support, whether financial, hanging out in the chat, or just enjoying my videos on their own. You all make my time here on YouTube an absolute joy I wish everyone could experience.